How's it going, everybody? My name is FaZe Crypto. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout. You can connect with us on Snapchat by screenshotting the Snapchat right there. And all that being said, today we're very excited to be talking about Cardano and the potential that's in store. There's been a lot of conversation happening involving the topic of a little known search engine you might have heard of, Google. Perhaps Cardano and Google together could be that match made in heaven, which results in us finally getting those Lambos. In parts of the world like Africa and Asia, Cardano really has a big opportunity in front of it. I would say that when it comes to the international leverage that's available for cryptocurrency as we move forward into this next stage of the paradigm shift that is cryptocurrency, Cardano is really positioning themselves in a significant strategic way that I think is really going to be beneficial. I was looking at this news article from Ethereum World News that's talking about the potential of developing parts of the world like Africa and Asia. And I understand that a lot of people who might be watching this content, who you might live in the United States, but you have to realize that the rest of the world is slowly but surely making advancements that are ultimately going to rival that of the previous powers in the world. I think India is one of the fastest growing as far as potential. And if you think of the overall population of these countries, they're very tech literate. They're getting very educated in respectively when it comes to code. And if you think about the education in places like the United States, it really is lacking in comparison. Overall, every single year, the United States is concerning itself with things like football games and baseball games as far as celebrities go, when in places like Asia, they actually really have a different perspective when it comes to value in social value in society, and it really does value the ability to interact with digital and data and all these various different things. So Cardano, I think, is really leveraging the potential that's made available on an international scale. And when you think international reach on a global level, I think it really does go well with Google, and I think Google's really and Cardano are very much have interesting path in front of them. We were seeing all these various different things involving Google popping up in the news lately, and it is interesting to see how these developments have been being implemented. Google and Cardano London meetup reveals potential collaboration, and that's just July 3rd, 2 days ago. So Cardano meets with Google to discuss crypto's advancement. So overall, I've been looking at a lot of these different articles, and I think that for Google to be partnering with a cryptocurrency, it's only a matter of time. And I think Cardano really could be a match made in heaven. Cardano is really one of those sleeping giants with a lot of potential in store as we continue to move forward and we see these various different developments as they've been taking place. I'm very much excited in seeing where Cardano is going to be taking these next developments. Currently in that number 8 position, but I think that it is well within a realistic framework to determine that Cardano easily could move up forward, possibly occupy perhaps even the number 4 position. I would say is well within reach as we move forward beyond 2018 into 2019. We're certainly seeing a lot of really interesting developments happening in the way of Cardano and the greater expansion of cryptocurrency in its totality. The community around Cardano is really, I think, one of the more interesting components of it as well. I think the community of a cryptocurrency really says a lot about where we can expect that technology to be moving forward in the future. And I think Cardano really is interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how these different things are going to be moving forward in the near and present future. Realistically, there is a lot of potential in store for Cardano, and I would say that looking at this list of the cryptos on here, I always think to myself, what are these technologies actually doing in the real world that's going to be playing a realistic variables as we move forward, and we see these different things coming to the light of day. And I think that Cardano is really one of those technologies that I could see having a realistic interaction with the world at large. Because for example, to give you an idea of what my thought process is on this is think of Litecoin. Nobody's going to be going to Dunkin' Donuts and buying a coffee with a Litecoin. It's just not going to happen. But Cardano is really, when you think about Bitcoin, was essentially the introduction to digital gold, essentially a placeholder for value. But then you think about Ethereum, and it essentially takes that same concept and builds upon it. And we're in the new age of essentially smart contracts and so forth. So taking the next step further, the next logical, I think where we are right now is in the age of Cardano. When you take a look at the roadmap and these various different things that Cardano is positioning itself to accomplish, it is interesting. There is a lot to be said about this technology and where we could consider it to be going in the near future as these various different things continue to be implemented. So currently looking at the $273 billion market cap, at the time of making this video, but I really do see some potential for this to be going upward as things continue to move forward. But all that being said, of course, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. This video is for educational, entertainment purposes only. And remember, at the end of the day, I'm not your dad. But yeah, just make sure that you go and you follow Cardano on their official Twitter, as well. They do have a good presence on social media, and if you guys are interested, you could connect with our Twitter as well. And if you're interested, you could screenshot our Snapchat and so forth and connect with us if you haven't already. But yeah, it is interesting to see how these different developments have been happening step by step in the greater context of the overall framework of cryptocurrency. And the news regarding Cardano, I was checking out Cardano on Google Trends. I was just checking out the how it's been looking, and Google Trends really is an interesting tool. It looks like Cardano was peaking in its popularity in December 31st, 2017. But let's compare Cardano to just Tron just to see how it compares in popularity. See, it is interesting to see because although Cardano might place higher in the number, might be in that number 8 position, and then we have Tron all the way down in the number 12 position. It is interesting to just see how the different search results comparatively. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Remember to comment down below letting us know what you think and what we should do for future content. If you have any suggestions, I was watching this video by DustyBC that was talking about just the Google conferences and the different developments that we can hope to be seeing in the near future. And I really am convinced that Google and Cardano could be an interesting match made in heaven. So yeah, all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.